Hello and welcome to our exploration of a pivotal story unfolding on the world's oceans. The seas have always been a stage for human ambition, adventure, and sometimes conflict. Today, they are more important than ever, connecting continents, economies, and cultures in ways that shape our daily lives. We're diving into a new chapter of history that impacts us all, regardless of where we live. The events we'll discuss are not isolated, they ripple outward, touching lives in ways both seen and unseen. From the food on our tables to the technology in our hands. Our focus is the Pacific Ocean, where the United States and China, two global giants, are at a critical juncture. This vast expanse of water is more than just a boundary, it's a crossroads of commerce, security, and influence, where decisions made can echo for generations. This isn't a tale of heroes and villains, but of nations with differing goals. Each side brings its own history, ambitions, and fears to the table, making the story complex and deeply human. We'll explore the events of 2025, a year marked by tension and significant moments. These events didn't happen in isolation. They were shaped by years of buildup, negotiation, and sometimes misunderstanding. Our aim is to understand the implications of these events for our shared future. What happens in the Pacific doesn't stay in the Pacific. It affects economies, politics, and the lives of ordinary people around the world. Join us as we navigate the challenges faced by sailors and leaders, and how small actions can ripple across the globe. Every decision, every maneuver can have consequences far beyond the horizon. This is a story of power, pride, and the delicate balance that maintains global peace. It's about the fragile threads that hold nations together, and the moments when those threads are tested. We invite you to embark on this journey with an open mind and a curious heart. By understanding the forces at play, we can better appreciate the stakes and the opportunities for cooperation. Together, we'll delve into one of the most significant stories of our time. This is more than just a news headline, it's a living, evolving narrative that we are all a part of. Let's set sail on this important exploration, and discover what the future may hold for us all. The Pacific Ocean, stretching from the shores of Asia to the coasts of the Americas, is more than just a body of water. It's a vast superhighway for global trade, carrying billions of dollars worth of goods every day. For centuries, these waves have connected nations, cultures, and economies, making the Pacific a lifeline for the modern world. Today, this immense expanse is also a stage for a new and evolving power dynamic, where military might and economic ambition intersect. The United States has long safeguarded these waters, projecting strength and ensuring freedom of navigation for all. Its navy, with a legacy of dominance, has been a reassuring presence for allies and a deterrent to potential threats. But in recent years, China's rapid economic growth has fueled the rise of a formidable navy, challenging the status quo and signaling its intent to play a larger role on the world stage. For China, the Pacific, especially the resource-rich and strategically vital South China Sea, is seen as crucial to its national interests, security, and future prosperity. This has sparked a high-stakes competition between two powerful nations, each with its own vision for the region's future and its own sense of destiny. The United States aims to maintain its leadership, upholding the rules-based order that has defined the Pacific for decades. Meanwhile, China seeks to assert its influence, determined to protect its interests and expand its reach across these waters. This rivalry is about more than ships and sailors. It's about shaping the future of the Indo-Pacific, where the balance of power is shifting and uncertainty looms. The world wonders, can these two nations find a way to coexist peacefully, or will their ambitions inevitably lead to confrontation and conflict? Every time US and Chinese ships cross paths, it's more than a routine encounter. It's a symbol of this larger struggle for influence and security. Both nations believe they are acting in their people's best interests, driven by history, pride, and a desire for a secure future. The challenge now is to find a way to share this vast ocean, to cooperate and compete without clashing, and to avoid a crisis that could affect the entire world. As the calendar turns to 2025, tensions simmer and strategies evolve, setting the stage for a pivotal year in the Pacific. The world's eyes are fixed on these two giants, watching closely as they navigate their competing dreams and ambitions. The outcome of this contest will not only shape the future of the region, but will echo far beyond, influencing the course of global history for years to come. In 2025, China has boldly showcased its military growth, unveiling a new era of maritime power. The world has watched as the Chinese Navy rapidly modernizes, expanding both its fleet and its ambitions. This transformation is not just about numbers. It's about advanced technology, new strategies, and a clear message to the world. China intends to be a dominant force at sea. The PLA celebrated its 98th anniversary with the launch of a new amphibious assault ship, a symbol of its growing capabilities. This event was marked by grand ceremonies and widespread national attention, reflecting the pride and confidence of a nation on the rise. This ship, akin to a small aircraft carrier, signals China's intent to control nearby waters and project power far beyond its shores. Its ability to carry helicopters and troops makes it a versatile tool for both defense and potential offensive operations. China's strategic use of media highlights its military advancements, boosting national pride and sending a clear signal to rivals. State broadcasts and documentaries celebrate these achievements, shaping public perception and reinforcing the narrative of a strong, unified China. A dramatic documentary recently featured a Chinese Coast Guard ship asserting dominance over a disputed area, capturing tense moments as crews faced off with foreign vessels. These broadcasts are designed to rally domestic support and demonstrate resolve. These actions are part of China's gray zone tactics, aggressive maneuvers just shy of war. By operating in this ambiguous space, China tests the responses of other nations while avoiding direct conflict, keeping tensions high, but controlled. By constantly asserting presence in disputed areas, China aims to normalize its control and gradually shift the status quo in its favor. Routine patrols and visible military activity reinforce its claims day after day. This long-term strategy seeks to establish China as the dominant power in the Western Pacific, challenging the influence of other regional and global players. Military planners envision a future where Chinese fleets operate freely across these vital waters. The new ships and aggressive tactics create a tense environment for all involved, raising the stakes for every encounter at sea. Each standoff is a reminder of the shifting balance of power and the risks of escalation. China's ambitions are reshaping the region, challenging the existing balance of power and forcing neighboring countries to reconsider their own security strategies. The Asia-Pacific is entering a new era of uncertainty and competition. The world watches as China pursues its dream of regional dominance, with every new ship and maneuver drawing global attention. The future of the Western Pacific and the balance of power in Asia hangs in the balance. In 2025, the military bond between China and Russia has deepened, unsettling the US and its allies. Their joint naval exercise, Joint Sea 2025, showcased unprecedented cooperation. A Chinese submarine participated in Russian waters, marking a new level of trust. This partnership signals a united front against perceived Western threats. By conducting joint drills, China and Russia demonstrate their solidarity. This alliance complicates the strategic landscape for the US in the Pacific. The combined power of Chinese and Russian navies challenges US dominance. The friendship between China and Russia adds a new layer of complexity to global geopolitics. The US must now consider this powerful alliance in its strategic calculations. The Dragon and the Bear have created a formidable force on the world's oceans. The balance of power in the Pacific is more fragile and unpredictable than ever. The South China Sea remains a hotspot of tension in 2025, especially between China and the Philippines. A dangerous incident near Scarborough Shoal highlighted the risks of aggressive maneuvers. Chinese ships attempted to block a Philippine vessel, resulting in a collision between Chinese vessels. This underscores the danger of miscalculation in these contested waters. China's actions aim to assert control over disputed areas, despite Philippine protests. Research vessels mapping the seabed further China's strategic goals. The US watches closely, bound by a defense treaty with the Philippines. Freedom of navigation operations by the US challenge China's claims. Each encounter risks escalating into a larger conflict. The South China Sea is a chessboard of strategic moves and high stakes. The world watches as tensions simmer in this critical region. The potential for conflict looms large with global implications. Taiwan, self-governing yet claimed by China, is a flashpoint in US-China tensions. In 2025, China intensifies pressure on Taiwan using military and Coast Guard tactics. Chinese ships patrol near Taiwan's Pratas Island, often undetected. This strategy aims to normalize China's presence and erode Taiwan's control. China prepares for potential invasion, using psychological warfare to intimidate Taiwan. Taiwan responds with public awareness campaigns and U.S. military aid. The U.S. supports Taiwan but faces diplomatic challenges with China. The situation is fraught with uncertainty and potential for conflict. The shadow of a Taiwan conflict hangs over the region, with global consequences. Any misstep could trigger a disaster, making this a critical area of focus. The world watches as tensions over Taiwan continue to escalate. Tensions extend to the East China Sea, where Japan and China dispute the Senkaku Islands. In 2025, China's presence around these islands is constant, challenging Japan's control. Chinese ships frequently enter Japan's territorial waters, creating a pattern of pressure. Japan's response is firm but cautious, shadowing Chinese vessels. This ongoing standoff is a war of attrition, testing Japan's resolve. The U.S. security treaty with Japan adds gravity to the situation. A clash near the islands could draw the U.S. into a confrontation with China. The Senkaku Islands are a focal point of regional tension and potential conflict. The delicate balance of power in the region is at risk. The world watches as Japan and China navigate this contentious issue. The stakes are high, with implications for regional and global stability. The world is closely monitoring the escalating US-China tensions in 2025. Smaller nations feel caught between these two giants, reluctant to choose sides. The US strengthens alliances, opening an FBI office in New Zealand as part of a broader strategy. China builds its own network, deepening ties with Russia and North Korea. This division into competing blocs complicates diplomacy and increases risks. The breakdown of international rules heightens global concern. The world watches, hoping for a peaceful resolution to these growing tensions. The Pacific Ocean is a stage for US-China competition with high stakes in 2025. Despite tensions, conflict isn't inevitable. Peace is possible through communication and respect. Leaders must manage differences wisely, keeping communication open to prevent accidents. Diplomacy is key to navigating these troubled waters safely. Staying informed helps us support peaceful solutions over confrontation. The Pacific's peace affects global security and our future. Understanding the complexities fosters thoughtful conversations and cooperation. Thank you for joining us on this journey. The story of US-China relations in the Pacific is still unfolding. Let's hope for a chapter of peace and cooperation. Join our community of curious minds as we explore this critical issue together.